who moonwalked across the world, yet couldn't escape his own shadow. Crowds of millions screamed his name, but in the end, he died completely alone. He was the king of pop, a global legend who turned music into magic.
Moved, her hair, her face, her lines, divinity in motion. It's out of my hands.
But behind the white glove, the perfect smile, and the blinding spotlight lay a story darker than anyone ever imagined. A childhood stolen, a life controlled, and a death surrounded by secrets, lies, and conspiracy. This is the real story of Michael Jackson, the man, the myth, and the mystery they tried to bury. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe to Untold Vault, where we uncover the secrets fame tried to hide. The Lost Childhood. Michael Joseph Jackson was born in 1958 in Gary, Indiana, the 8th of 10 children in a small working-class home. From the very beginning, his life was shaped by pain and pressure. His father, Joe Jackson, ruled the family with fear. Every wrong note, every missed move, was punished with a belt. By age 5, Michael was performing professionally. By 8, he was the lead singer of the Jackson 5. He later said, "I didn't have a childhood. I was rehearsing, performing, traveling, always afraid of my father." That fear became the foundation of his greatness and his curse. Millions adored the little boy on stage, but behind the spotlight stood a child desperate for love, safety, and freedom. Rise of a legend. By his teenage years, Michael was already a global star, but he wasn't satisfied. He wanted to be more than a performer. He wanted to change music itself. In 1982, he released Thriller, and the world would never be the same again. It became the best-selling album of all time, breaking every record in existence. The moonwalk, the glove, the red jacket, all became part of pop culture forever. But while the world celebrated, Michael was fading inside. He couldn't walk the streets. He couldn't make real friends. Every smile was a mask. Every crowd felt like a wall closing in. So, he built Neverland Ranch, a fantasy world where he could finally be the child he never got to be. But that escape would soon become his prison. The man behind the mask. As his fame grew, so did the world's obsession with his appearance. His skin lightened, his face changed, and the tabloids called him Wacko Jacko. They mocked his surgeries, his behavior, and his loneliness. The truth was far from the lies. Michael suffered from vitiligo, a real skin condition that destroys pigmentation. The pale skin wasn't makeup, it was medicine. He showed proof, but no one believed him. The world wanted a freak show, not the truth. He once said, "Every time I look in the mirror, I see my father." That one line explained everything: his surgeries, his mask, his transformation. He wasn't running from fame, he was running from himself. The prison of fame. By the 1990s, Michael Jackson was the most famous human being alive. But behind the concerts and cameras, his life was falling apart. He couldn't sleep without medication. He couldn't trust anyone, friends, family, or fans. Everyone wanted something from him. To escape the pain, he turned to doctors. To escape reality, he built walls around himself. His perfection became poison. His fame became addiction. He wasn't addicted to drugs. He was addicted to peace, something he never found. Neverland, dream or curse. Neverland was meant to be paradise, a home filled with laughter, joy, and innocence. But in 1993, that paradise turned into hell. Michael was accused of crimes so dark they shattered his soul. Though he was never convicted and later found completely innocent, the world had already decided his fate. The media turned the story of a wounded man into a circus. He said once, "They destroyed my name. They destroyed my life." He was right. The boy who sang about healing the world became the world's scapegoat. The fall and isolation. After the trial, he vanished. No more tours, no more cameras. His health declined, his money ran out, and his spirit broke. But the artist inside him refused to die. In 2009, he announced his grand comeback, "This Is It." 50 shows, 50 nights, his redemption. Behind the scenes, he was fragile, overworked, under pressure, barely sleeping. His doctor, Conrad Murray, began giving him propofol, a hospital anesthetic, to help him rest. On June 25, 2009, the world woke up to a nightmare. Michael Jackson was dead. The death and the secrets. Shockwaves spread across the planet. Fans cried in the streets. News channels went dark to honor him. But soon, questions began to rise. Was it truly an accident or something more? Michael's music catalog, including rights to the Beatles songs, was worth over $1 billion. He controlled part of Sony's empire, a level of ownership few artists ever achieved. In 2002, he had publicly said, "The music industry is full of conspiracy. They don't want artists to own their masters." 7 years later, he was gone. Some call it coincidence. Others call it silence by design. Whispers of Illuminati involvement, pharmaceutical control, and record label pressure still echo today. Maybe the king of pop didn't just die. Maybe he was erased. The afterlife of a legend. After his death, the machine kept spinning. Posthumous albums, hologram performances, unreleased tracks, his voice never stopped making money. Michael Jackson became more profitable in death than in life. The tragedy? The man who wanted peace only found it when he was gone. The same media that once mocked him now praised him. The same fans who doubted him now worshipped him. Fame had taken everything, but it could never take his legacy. The truth they tried to hide. So who was Michael Jackson? Really? A villain, a victim, or just a man crushed under the weight of being a god? He once said, "They laugh at me because I'm different. I laugh at them because they're all the same." He sang about love but lived surrounded by hate. He preached peace but fought nightmares alone. He gave everything to the world, and the world gave him back pain, judgment, and betrayal. Michael Jackson didn't just change music. He changed what it meant to be human in the face of fame. He showed us that genius is both a gift and a curse, and sometimes even kings can't save themselves. In the end, behind the moonwalk, behind the mask, behind the myth, there was just Michael. And maybe that's the biggest secret of all. If this story shocked you, remember, even legends bleed in the dark. Subscribe to Untold Vault for more hidden truths the world tried to bury, because sometimes the truth is far more haunting than the myth.